Okay. This cake.
Be very
We are cutting this cake. This is the 4th anniversary cake in the name of the Father, of the Son.
On behalf of the National Executive Committee of the National Democratic Congress, and on behalf of the leader of the party, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, I want to welcome all of you to perform a simple but significant ceremony to mark, I would say, the 33rd anniversary. The party is actually 34 years old, but a year after the formation, we became the first anniversary. So maybe the party was formed 34 years ago. This party had its roots in the June 4th revolution, which actually began on May 15th and culminated into June 4th, and then later on 31st December came, and then we stayed for some 11 years, and we then have to change over to form the National Democratic Congress. The journey has been difficult and tortuous, but I'm happy to note that today we can say that NDC has become the biggest political party, the most successful political party, and the best internally democratic political party that we have had in the history of this country. And we are also happy. We started
the ultimate objective of the democratic dispensation is to ensure that every citizen has dignified existence and has their rights respected. But all too often, what we forget is the aspect of responsibilities as a citizen. I believe that that was one thing that was fundamental to the historical foundation of the National Democratic Congress. And interestingly enough, in 2016, at the Cape Coast rally, which was one of the last big rallies that we had before the election, our founder, our former president, my late father, His Excellency Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, reminded us not to mimic the habits of other parties, but to stay true to our principles. Because you cannot put a price on your principles or your values. And when you are standing firm in your principles and values, it's difficult for someone to monetize the process and to actually undermine the process of determining how we govern ourselves, how we select our leaders. We have to be mindful of the fact that if we keep our people in poverty, we give them no option but to rely on instant gratification. We have a duty, especially now that the NDC is in power, to ensure equitable access and distribution of resources, to ensure humility of persons who've been placed in positions of authority, because all such persons are stewards, all such persons are servants.
Ambers of the revolution, when it became clear that we needed to change into constitutional governance. The changes that were brought about during the revolution brought stability, and I dare say that we changed into democratic governance not because Ghanaians didn't like the NDC, but from hindsight we can say that there were pressures from the international community and other sectors. So the PNDC conducted
the battle between us and the elephant. And so it became really like a house of protocol battle, and that's it every day, who wins. It's not bad. For competition, it's not bad at all. But this journey was not meant to be a battle between us and the elephant. That was never what it was meant to be. It was always meant to be a war to bring the transformation of our country. The reason why I say there's a difference is that if it becomes reduced to simply how to win power versus NDC, then it sinks into majority. So you have a situation where NPP was in power for 8 years and we come and take over. But fundamentally the same indiscipline continues to be. We're in the month of June, and I'm proud to be son of the month, together with my sister Zaneta. She came June 1, I came June 2. Feels the pervasive indiscipline of our country. And these floods that we're talking about now, which have happened in the past, June always has a way to reveal it. And really the true message is not a flood. The true message is an endemic, pervasive indiscipline. The sense of irresponsibility, living as if there is no tomorrow. That is what June is. That is what June 4 is. And that is the foundation of this party, founded on June. That no matter what happens, our focus must always be ensuring that things are done well for our country. Chairman and I spoke a lot. It's literally becoming a doorway for indiscipline, a doorway for absolute indiscipline.